Hello, hi, wow. Very attractive audience. So if you can't tell by the way I'm dressed, I am an improviser. And improvisation is what I do. Let me go back here. There we go. That's a little better. Improvisation is what I do and what I teach. Now, I'm sure we all know what improvisation is, right? I'm assuming. Give me some nods here. I like this interaction. Yeah. Give me some nods. So improvisation, we're making things with what is at hand. We're creating something out of nothing. We're making it up. But still, when we hear the word improvisation, we all think of something. Right? Who here thinks of improv comedy when they hear improv? You can raise your hand. Who here thinks of jazz music? Anybody? Yeah, there you are, sexy. Who here thinks of like freestyle rapping or hip hop? Anyone? Yeah, there we go. We got some hands. Who thinks of MacGyver? There it is, right? Mac, dude would improvise the most amazing things. And all of you are right. Improvisation is all of those things. But what I love about it is that it's not just one of those things. Improvisation isn't actually even a thing. When you think about it. Improvisation is a process. It's a way of making a thing. It's not a product that I can give you or show you. What I do is I improvise theater, or hip-hop, or explosive devices. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. I'm going to talk to you about what I call the way of improvisation. Yeah, the way. When I teach improv, the majority of students I have, whether they're high school students or adults, none of them are actually wanting to be professional improvisers. None of them. They all just want to improve their lives. And what I found is that the skills that I use and teach in improvisation are the skills I use when I live my life. Because life, believe it or not, is improvised. So I'm going to take you through 7 skills and 7 steps of improvising that I teach to people, and we're going to sort of translate those into our real lives. Sound fun? Sound cool? You with me? Give me some nods. I like the nods. I like the nods. Yeah, good. Awesome. So the first of these skills, the first thing I have to teach, especially with adults, is play. Very simple. We all knew how to do this when we were children. But as we grow up, we slowly start losing our sense of play. Right? And what play is that idea of engaging in something just because you like it. Right? Like, oh, this is fun. Right? And we lose that as we get older. And play happens here, in this moment, in my body. And what play becomes as we get older, we start taking it more seriously, and it becomes the opposite of play, which is work, which everybody hates. Because work is serious, and we start thinking about it, and we get worried about it, and we're stuck in our heads, and we aren't just playing and being present in the moment. And this, right here, is where life happens. It's where everything happens, is in the moment. So let's get there instead of here. The second step, let yourself fail. Now, we already heard a very handsome doctor talk a lot about failure, so I'm going to try and not spend too much time on it here. Such a handsome doctor. But notice that it says, let yourself fail. It's not just fail, because failing is easy. We can all do it. The hard part is to be okay with that and to let yourself fail and accept that failure is a natural way of things. The doctor said it so much more intelligently. But I'm an improviser. We're pretty much the same. And it's this fear. The fear of failure is what does it, right? Because as soon as you start fearing failure and start getting worried about it, it gets you right back up here in your head again. And you're worried and you're thinking about all the failings you're going to do, and then you probably will fail. Improvisers understand that if you fail, failing does not make you a failure. And that's a big difference there. Just because you failed doesn't mean you're a failure. It means, oh, I failed, I screwed up. All right, well, I'm an improviser, so I'll just start again. And that's it. That's the worst thing that happens. The next step is listening. You've all probably heard that phrase or something similar about how we have 2 ears and 2 eyes and 1 mouth. So we should listen and watch twice as much as we speak, right? You know that? Not true. Most people listen just enough to be able to respond. But we don't listen with every part of our being to what they're saying. A very wise man once told me that listening is the willingness to change. If I'm not willing to change based on what you're telling me, I'm not really listening. I've already made up my mind. I've decided how I feel. I've decided what I think. And I'm just going to let you talk at me, and then I'm going to respond. But improvisers listen with every part of their being, because we're present in that moment. I'm there with you as you're speaking to me. I'm willing. I don't have to change, but I'm willing to change. Improv is a collaborative art form. And collaboration means taking yourself out of the equation. getting that ego about what you believe and what you think out of the way so that instead of it being your idea and my idea, it becomes the first idea and the second idea and the third idea. We're just going to listen and react and change. The next step is probably the most agreed upon rule of all of improvisation, across all schools of thought, is to say yes. So we're going to do a fun little demonstration, because that's way more fun than me talking about it. What I need y'all to do is just say yes for me on the count of 3. Can you do that? 1, 2, 3. Yes! Oh, that was good. With feeling. 1, 2, 3. Yes! Good. So now, I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to just say yes to those questions, and we'll see what happens, okay? Let's just go with me here. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Do you want to tell a story with me? Yes! Is this story about a knight? Yes! Is this knight wearing shining armor? Yes! Is he going to save a damsel? Yes! Is she being held by a dragon? Yes! Is the dragon breathing fire? Yes! Does he save her with courage and bravery? Yes! And do they live happily ever after? Yes! Oh, isn't that great? Nice work, nice work. That was really good. We did that. We just did that. All right, now let's do it again, and this time I want you to say no. Everybody, just say no to what I'm about to say. You ready? Yeah, good, good, thank you, thank you. Do you want to tell a story with me? No! I'll just go. All right, I'll get on. Now that incredibly elaborate demonstration we just did proves one very simple point about improvisation, is that a series of yeses will take us somewhere. A series of no's doesn't even get started. Doesn't go anywhere. We all just sit there going, no, 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 no. And the saddest part is that you can have 10,000 yeses in a row, and it just takes one no to stop it all and ruin it. So say yes. Now the next step is sort of in conjunction with this one, and that is to say and. Right? Yes men are great. We've probably all met them, and they make you feel really good about what you're doing. Right? All of you let me tell a story by saying yes. Thank you for that. But and men are the people we really want to work with. The people that say yes to our idea and give us something else. Right? And then what happens is you bring a brick, and I bring a brick, and then someone else brings a brick, and we just pile them on top of each other until we've built something that none of us could have built on our own. And that's what saying and is all about. Yes and. Not yes but, because but is a contradiction, whereas and is some sort of connection, right? So say yes and you're on your way to working with people and creating something. This step's a little weird. Just read that for a second. Think about it. Play the game. Sounds strange. You're like, yeah, Dave, maybe in improv you play games, but not in life. Okay, get over it. So let me define what I mean by game here. What I mean by game is anything that has rules to it. I consider a game. So Monopoly, that's a game. Filling out a job application, to me, that's a game. Right? There are rules that I am following. Right? And what rules do is they free us up to improvise. Right? By giving ourselves these constrictions, you know what I'm saying? That guide our impulses, it funnels our creative process into some kind of product. Right? The process of improvisation and those rules help us create something. Like, for instance, this presentation I'm doing right now. I've got these slides that I have to use, so that's one rule. I've got these slides in order. I have to do something that has something to do with the way of improvisation, because that's what I told you I was going to do. You've read my description, so I have to follow those rules. And I have to speak to you. Those are the rules I'm following right now. And within that, I'm free to improvise. And it's great, let me tell you, man. It feels good up here. You guys look so good. Just made that up. So play the game. Play the game. That's what lets us improvise. And the last rule, it sounds kind of ridiculous that I actually have to make this a rule, but I do, because otherwise people don't do it. And that is to relax and have fun. Because you'd be surprised how many times I tell someone, like, yeah, just get up there and play and fail and just screw it up. And they go, and they tense up, and I got to do this right. I got to fail right. Dave's watching me. You're like, okay, all right, just relax, man. It's cool. Right? But relaxing and having fun, if we're doing that, if we wake up every morning, we just take a deep breath, just say, life, man, there's these rules in life that I'm going to follow. I got to go to work. Got to tell my girlfriend I love her in the morning. I'm going to follow these rules. But I'm going to be relaxed about it. It's a rule, trust me. I'm going to relax, and I'm going to follow these rules, and I'm going to end up, if you're doing that, you're going to end up playing. And you're going to end up letting yourself fail. And you'll end up listening to people better because you're relaxed. You're going to end up saying yes. You're going to end up saying and to things. And you're going to end up playing these fun games and having a much more enjoyable life just by relaxing into it and just playing and having fun. So thank you very much, everyone. I'm Dave Morris, and that is the way of improvisation.